So here we are talking about the Stranger Things Season 4 Volume 2, which finally dropped on Netflix today, and throughout the video we are traveling through the plot, final scenes, and I will be also giving a review about the finale. It's time to Vecna yourself one last time, concluding the 4th season, so let's turn up to 11 and let's get into the big finale which turns our brains upside down. A huge spoiler alert from here, and from this I need a thumbs up, and do please click the subscribe button so I do never go coma. Now, enough of intro, let's get into Stranger Things Season 4.
This is going to be beautiful.
Okay, so we left a lot of characters at pivotal moments in the show. Joyce had managed to reach out to Hopper in Russia, Eleven stripped through the Nina, pulls out a big secret about Vecna, and on the other hand, Nancy and his domain as she learned about the truth about him. Now the volume starts off exactly where the last episode left off, and a detail I had missed is that during the face-off between Vecna and Eleven, we see the rainbow flipping upside down, and when it went to him. This traumatic event in her life brought back her powers, which are stronger than ever, matching now Vecna has grown up as well. This rivalry continues throughout the finale with Vecna actually letting Nancy and feeling instead of the music box we theorized in the last video, so please type F for me in the comments. Now, speaking of being free, we see Hopper and his team. Rather than flying back to US, Hopper and his team decide to stay behind in Russia to destroy the upside down monsters that exist in the prison. And finally, at the end of the season, Hopper makes it back to Hawkins, and for real this is the father and the daughter relationship that Brenner and Elle was only a part of. And I learned that love, being empowering is the theme throughout the season, and therefore I think that now Hopper will empower Eleven beyond what she already has. She says goodbye to one of her father figure in this entry, and therefore I think Hopper is now having more positive influence on her, which is obviously crucial to defeat the Mind Flayer next time. Now we discover that Vecna and the Mind Flayer connected with one another in the Upside Down when he was sent down by Eleven, and then together they found a way out together to the right side up on our world. Though Hawkins, this involves the unleashing the dark dimension through Hawkins. We also get to know that these pairs get to learn a symbiotic relationship, and they both tap into each other's abilities in order to become more powerful. The symbiosis is something that we have seen throughout the seasons, and the Flayer will be taking over Will in Season 2. Coming now to the end of the season, Will says that Vecna is still alive, and though he has no longer his physical form, he still exists out there. Even though his physical form still exists there, he is still attempting to build ravages through Hawkins, which destroys several parts of the town. The official story shown on the TV is caused by an earthquake, which people believe the Hellfire Club is all behind this. Areas of the Hawkins either start to die and or being ended up in decaying in the darkness like the Upside Down. When Eleven sent number 1 in the Upside Down, this entire thing began, and therefore I think else that might be actually a necessity in order to shut things off for good. We to discover Dr. Brenner's true intention in these episodes, and it turns out that he had a secret agenda all this time. Anyway, after Dr. Owens had a change of his heart, Brenner turns against this legend and his true plan is now revealed. Now to be honest, I actually love the battle at the prison between the Demodogs and Demogorgons, which is a great action subplot, and it's a bit distracting when you watch the real fight, but it still works well. Now Eleven is being rescued by Mike and the gang, and she realizes that she needs to save the world. Across the country, the other group of people head up, and after talking to Nancy, they realize that Vecna luckily becomes paralyzed when he was asked for projecting. They head out to defeat him, and as always, it has a lot of 80s references on the way. Eleven and the gang are making an impromptu Nina in a freezer and put in the place what they needed to do there to help Eleven carry out a psychic battle. Now we see Steven and the gang are attacking the vines while the bats swarm to Eddie and Dustin. This leads to another metal music who basically gives his final performance of his life by Eddie. Great scene of him sacrificing himself in order to save Dustin, and for real, I hated him seeing die and go, but to be honest it was a really nice end to his arc. Now Eleven arrived in the Upside Down to battle it out with Vecna, and for God's sake, she saves out Max at last. She also gets tied up with the first moment Eleven reaches out to Henry, and she blames him for turning into a monster. Now Vecna starts to levitate Max in order to kill her, but at last Max falls into coma, and in the final closing scenes, it's really not difficult to say whether she lives or not. Her eyes make me seem that if she survives, she will be the blinded one. Now no one knows what will happen. Technically for me, Max died, but on the road to recovery, I hope she recovers soon to keep running on the road. Tra la la. The whole series for me is now built around the idea of sacrifice in order to save the ones you someone love. Now there's a possibility that 11 may survive the next season, which I would prefer, but low key I feel that she's gonna sacrifice. If you want to know my thoughts on the whole season, I would really say I freaking loved it. This season feels like a massive step up and is arguably one of the best seasons for a television show. I think the positive aspects are the horror and Vecna as a strong villain. 11 having a trip down memory lane was absolutely good. Hopper and the prison battle was on the other side fine as hell, and so many characters getting the character arcs expanded is one of the positive aspects of the whole season. My only problem with the show is that they should release one episode per week, but after seeing the quality, I would love to spend time in Hawkins for months rather than spending it in a day. But this series get a 9 out of 10 rating from me, and you can definitely watch it. And let me hear your thoughts in the comments down below, and let's make some theories. Till then, do like, share and subscribe. We are close to 250 subs, and if you complete it, I would feel good, and I should think that I should make more videos to entertain y'all. Thank you for watching the video, and bye. Cheers and peace.